As it's Halloween and the veil between this world and the other world is very thin today, I thought now would be a good time to introduce you to Agnes and tell you a lovely little ghost story which relates to why I do what I do. So Agnes sits on the wall next to my desk at home and she watches over me and my lovely patients who come to see me here. And way back in the late 80s, early 90s, I was a committed spiritualist. So I would get on the bus every Sunday morning to Croydon Spiritualist Church and sit through the service, and then I would go to the library afterwards and come home with tons of spiritualist books, and I was really quite into it. And then, of course, when I was 14, I got the chronic fatigue syndrome, got taken to see lots of different practitioners, including a hypnotherapist. And my parents were so impressed with the hypnotherapy that they both trained as hypnotherapists themselves. And that was at a college up in London. So my dad ended up on the hypnotherapy course with a lady called Jeanette, who was a medium. So he got chatting to Jeanette and he said, "Oh, my daughter's really into spiritualism and mediumship. Next time she comes up to pick me up, would it be okay if she had a chat with you?" And lovely Jeanette agreed to that. So next time we were there, I went in and had a chat with Jeanette and we got on really well. And she said, "You want to be a herbalist, don't you? There's not many 14-year-olds who want to be a herbalist." But of course, Dad was probably telling her all about that as well. So I just said, "Yeah, I'd love to be a herbalist." She said, "Well, there's a lady here who's talking to me." She said she's got grey hair tied back in a bun. And she said, "If you want to be a herbalist," she used to be a lay herbalist, "and she'll help you. But don't do homeopathy because she can't understand it." So I took that on board. And then Jeanette said, "You've actually got a picture of this lady at home on your wall and she's got grey hair tied back in a bun." She said, "Does that mean anything to you?" I said, "No, we haven't got any photos like that at home." She said, "You definitely have. Go and ask your dad." So I trotted off, said to Dad, "Have we got this picture of an old lady anywhere with grey hair tied back in a bun?" He said, "Actually, we have." And what he did, because he used to trace our family history, is he got like a rogues gallery of all our relatives in a corner of the living room, and I never paid any attention to any of it really. But when I got home, sure enough, there was this photo on the wall of this old lady with grey hair in a bun. And unfortunately, I've never been able to find that photo again since, so I don't know where it is. Anyway, so I went back to Jeanette and said, "Yes, apparently we got this photo at home." And we kind of left it there and we all came home, and I just thought, well, that was very interesting. Anyway, 2 weeks later, Dad goes back for the next bit of the hypnotherapy course and he comes home with this portrait. And Jeanette had given it to him. It was done by a lady called Coral Polgar, who was quite famous back in the day as a psychic artist. So she gave this to Jeanette. What had happened was, when Jeanette was talking to me about the photo on the wall, Agnes had said to her, "And you've got a picture of me as well." So about 3 or 4 months previously, Jeanette and Coral had met up. Coral had given Jeanette the portrait to place, and Jeanette hung on to it for all that time, not placed it and given it back to Coral. So then she got it back, gave it to my dad, and I've had it ever since. So we don't have that photo that was on the wall, or if we do, I don't know where it is, but I do still have this photo, which I will show you. Bearing in mind, Agnes died in 1931, so the quality of the photo is not great, but this is Agnes, and she is my great-great-great-grandmother. So she has pride of place next to my desk. That's another one of her. Oh, well, that's a bit of a better one. I'll just see if I can turn this on. I don't know. Let's see. Is there a likeness? What do you reckon? Do I look like her? You'll have to tell me because I can't see. But yeah, so that's Agnes. So when you come and see me, you don't just get me, you get Agnes as well. Isn't that lovely? So yeah, I've yet to meet anyone who can explain that to me. That is about as much proof as you're going to get that we survive death and that we go somewhere else after here. But if you've got a better explanation, I would love to hear it. Yeah, I'm Hannah from Herbology. If you like this, please do share it because I think it's a really nice little story, and I will see you again soon. Bye.